Hey there, it's EnderVerse. It has been almost 5 months since I made a ModPack video, but here we are. Finally I managed to find 10 unique and non-sloppy ModPacks. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell. You get notified about these goofy videos and I get a new friend. Win-win. Now let's dive into the video. ArdaCraft is a ModPack mostly focused on visuals. It has employed an incredibly intelligent style where the textures were of minimal resolution but has been modeled and designed in a way that made them look extremely realistic. Amongst the features of this graphics ModPack is the muddy water that will erode its way as rivers and lakes. The greenish color of the water made it fuse with the rest of the environment, and at times you might even stumble across ducks. Those are just blocks, not actual entities, but I love the feeling they bring. By now, you've already noticed the fabulous trees, with their branches bending and sprouting out, along with leaves that adapt to the branches, all resulting in the magnificence you are watching right now. The Conquest project has been going on for years, producing 12,000 blocks along the way, so chances are you will never run out of new blocks to see or build with if you are a builder. Some of the blocks can have a circular realistic model, like the vine. Others can be highly animated, making them more believable, like the bee nest. Distant Horizons is the first supportive mod that you will notice after loading up the pack, but there are tons of other mods operating behind the scenes, keeping the performance steady and even adding things like shaders and 3D skins. So it's not like they are just decorational with no purpose. To enjoy these beautiful graphics, it is mandatory that you either join the ArdaCraft server or install a supportive mod. You can't go wrong either way, but I would recommend the former option. I've never thought Minecraft's graphics would reach this point where it's pretty much comparable with AAA games such as The Witcher. So congratulations for the shader and the texture pack community. Some of the ModPacks here are quite easy to run, mostly focused on visuals, and so if you just want to play the vanilla game with no content mods at all, that kind of packs would be a perfect fit for you. Here's the thing, hosting a server where you and friends enjoy such simple but beautiful packs would not be costly. It would only depend on the amount of people joining rather than the amount of chunks, entities, and blocks loading. I've been using a server provider called Pine Hosting to play the Elysium Days ModPack with some friends, and it has been functioning smoothly, in addition to having a super comprehensive control panel. Let's say I want to add or remove anything. How did I install the ModPack, you may say? Well, just like that. Not many server providers these days offer prices as low as $3. So that's also a plus for Pine Hosting. And the catch is, you still get all the features even if you go with the lowest price. The only difference are of course the specs. The service is also valid for everyone, be it a person wanting to play on the latest versions of the game, some dude from Birmingham, UK, a person who appreciates speed replies from actual human beings, people who love adding data packs to their worlds, and anyone in between. Sponsors like Pine Hosting keep my landlord happy, and I hope they do the same for you by providing you with a good server for $3. Actually, even less if you use my code ENDER. Go down the description and get your modded server started now. This next ModPack is focused solely on animals, not merely on spreading them on the world, but with the central objective of discovering and capturing each one of them. The first time you loot the pack, you will be required to get some basic stuff done before beginning the hunt. You will also receive some rewards for doing so. The author has designed one of the most comprehensive and detailed roadmap I've ever seen, with mobs and their respective habitats being listed, in addition to being categorized based on their type. There's a wide range of animals that you can capture. We're talking hundreds of mobs with different traits and behaviors, which means you will get to work shortly after spawning. Each time you discover a new species and put it in a cage, you receive a trophy, which you can hang on the mob's enclosure. There are also some types of equipments that you can utilize to explore species that live in rough environments, like deep oceans for instance. With time, as you discover more and more species, you may end up with a full-blown zoo. And not any ordinary zoo, but one filled with the most bizarre of mobs. The pack may seem close-ended, being fulfilled after you have discovered those species, but more and more animal mods may be added, so the pack could get expanded and updated with time. Abyssal Ascent is next. In this ModPack, you start from the bottom. We're talking rock bottom, thousands of blocks below the surface. From what I saw, you progress pretty straightforwardly in this mod pack. You conquer the first layer, dig yourself up to the next, up until you finish the 12 dimensions within this pack. I have seen some people online who've complained that the progression is too simple. For me, personally, I prefer simplicity over complex magic progressions. Besides, when there's no specific roadmap to follow, it means that you get to decide what you're going to do with what you have. Maybe you'll explore the different climates of each layer, make acquaintance with the new mobs, heck, even fight some of the bosses if you want. There are a dozen of dimensions to pass through, so it will be a long time before it gets dry. The author is quite smart, utilizing the immersive portals to make his vision into a reality. Sure, the performance was a bit unstable, especially with shaders and as you ascend to the next layer, but it's a small cause for excitement. Next up we have Raspberry Flavoured, arguably the highlight of this entire list. This pack started by overhauling and improving both the visuals and the mechanics of the vanilla game, with enhanced weather quality that diversifies based on the biome, beautiful splashes for entities and items alike, fallen leaves that enrich nature, more mob variants, and plenty more to name on the visual side alone. On the mechanics side, we could begin with the game's difficulty. Easy mode will spawn mobs that are passive aggressive. Peaceful mode, however, allows hunger to happen, so it is not entirely overpowered as the base game. The authors have also made it so that diamonds need to be polished and iron pressed into plates. Both are unusable otherwise. Some materials like the stone have been skipped altogether, replaced with new ones like the copper gear. As much as it complemented the vanilla game, this mod pack also altered Minecraft beyond recognition, removing the end and changing the process of accessing the nether. However, the end's content has been supplanted with things like sacks and cherubins replacing the shulker box, along with paragliders, slightly mimicking the elytra. For the nether though, you will have to track a ruined portal with these items called Awakened Exopearls. Extract the liquid from the kind obsidian and use it in an adequate portal frame, exactly as you would do in vanilla, only with no igniters. Oh, and did I mention that the village and pillage update has been wiped out? Yeah, I don't know why either, but let's keep going. Within the Raspberry Flavoured pack, materials serve a much bigger purpose than they do in the vanilla game. You have things like enchanting tablets, which, by the way, have replaced the vanilla enchanting and will require certain types of materials to be forced into an enchanting tablet of your choosing, providing more fulfillment and control over enchantment in general. Though, the value of the materials truly shine when you are making tools, weapons, and armors. Starting with vanilla materials, gold pickaxes are awesome. They are equipped with fortune properties. Gold swords are also viable when hunting for rare items, providing looting properties. Chainmails have thorns on them, hence they will damage the mobs if they damage you. And finally, netherite pickaxes can auto smelt ores. To the new materials, steel, which is knockback resistant, knockback inducing material, keeps you steady and pushes enemies far away upon hitting them. Rose gold is a gentle, light material. It has a silk touch property when it is used as a pickaxe, and can also be crafted into a new weapon called rapier, which is both strong and extremely fast. There are more materials with different properties, so when playing this mod pack, you will have to hold each material as valuable. It may be useless durability wise, but has properties unattainable outside of it. This mod pack is amongst the most incredible I have ever seen, and how the authors made 260 mods blend together so seamlessly with no coercion positively mystifies me. I would highly recommend watching Complementary and Bottoms Dweller's videos on the mod pack. I myself relied on these videos to understand Raspberry Flavoured. Following up, we have the Mersive pack, offering a fresh experience to Minecraft with a delicious outlook, down to the quadrille and the fresh outlines pack. This mod pack focuses on 3 different aspects: textures, which we've already discussed, animations, and ambience, but we will discuss right now. Starting with animations, this pack's visual potential can only be realized on the first-person view, which is great. Everyone uses that perspective, as you do various activities like gathering raw materials, fighting, eating, placing blocks, And swimming, you will notice a massive improvement to the animations. Even statically, you can see that your hands will be visible at all times, which adds an extra layer of immersiveness. These animations will also blend in perfectly with the pack's 3D tools, so you'll be enjoying a double mac cheese there. Awesome visuals and fluid movement as well. Though, I have to say, the pack's third-person animations are a bit lacking. The animations here also infected the GUI, with bouncing graphics along with cute icons for the settings and the menus. Fresh animations has naturally been added, with the quadro textures still intact. The water animations also look magnificent, almost as beautiful as those of the shaders. And finally, chunks will fluidly lock in place as you loot the world. Now to the other side of the pack, ambience. The author went with a combination of conventional and underdog options, having things like falling leaves that lay flat as they reach the floor, water splashes from the same mod that adds the falling leaves, dynamic and detailed clouds, better vanilla fog that changes the color tint based on the biome, cubic sun and cubic moon, rich weather conditions changing climate to climate, and even leaves rain puddles behind, and more. The most incredible part about this pack is that it is client-sided. If you're wondering, yes, you can join with your friends even if they don't have the pack installed. This has made the Mersive pack truly viable with no caveats to keep in mind. The only issue that I have found within this pack are those weird bugs surrounding the birch leaves. But with that out of the way, it is pretty stable. Before we move on, here are some mods that I think the author could add. Wakes, which enhances the water effects even more. Subtle effects, which basically enhances everything. Biome particle weather, which adds extra weather conditions, though must be tweaked to complement the particle rain mod. And finally, the Fresh Animations extension pack, which will spread the animations to objects. Truly spectacular. CozyHaven is a mod pack that is focused on making a comfy and reminiscent experience inside of Minecraft. The author has compiled 3 world generation mods that helped in supporting the purpose of the pack, with tectonic smoothing the land masses, literally adding tens of new vanilla-based biomes to regions unexplored, which added some fictional biomes with plenty of new blocks to use. Speaking of the new blocks, the pack offers plenty, featuring different colors, shapes, and textures. To remain true to the cozy style of this pack, I've built a bunch of cozy buildings, things like a redwood well for water, a redwood henhouse for eggs, and finally, my cute little redwood cabin. I love redwood. Farming is also a cozy experience. Harvesting plants and vegetables can be soothing, so mods like the Farmer's Delight mod were plenty helpful in this case. You may also use the creatures and the plants from other mods to plant and cook, satiate your hunger and flourish in your appetite. The mod pack also contains animals, most prominently underwater creatures, coming from the hybrid aquatic mod. In regards to the VFX, the author has configured 2 separate shaders. One is performance friendly and the other is highly cinematic. They've also designed a custom outlay for the GUI. Even the mouse cursor has changed. The SFX included things like footsteps and general ambient sounds. This mod is great, but I feel that it is undersupplied animation-wise. Something like fresh animations and fresh moves may solve this issue. There's also the terribly long and sometimes game-crashing loading times. And no, I did allocate plenty of RAM, so it's not dead. Next up, we have a mod pack that recreates the game Witcher 3 using a variety of medieval fantasy mods. The mod pack offers an abundance of strong monsters, found almost everywhere, on the land and even deep in the ocean. These monsters are precisely the type of creatures you would expect to meet in a game like The Witcher 3, hideous and stubborn. The pack also provides you with the necessary equipment from the get-go, be it armors or swords. These armors and swords also happen to be deeply related to the Witcher 3 game. Even the Witcher signs are present, though these require extensive gameplay to learn and execute them. In a world as big as the mod pack's terrain, where landscapes are uneven and surprises are everywhere, the author was kind enough to provide you with an in-game quest system, explaining all the monsters you are out to hunt, their loot, and where to find them too. This mod pack is currently unbeatable when it comes to accuracy relative to the Witcher 3 game, but from what I saw, I guess it is ready to be pushed at least 3 or 4 versions ahead. That will result in better performance and more options to employ. Steller is a mod pack that combines the medieval with the modern, introducing a wild, intercivilized world with the ingenuity of mods such as the Create mod. The world gen for once was quite adventurous, with plenty of new biomes and secret entrances. Nature here also happened to be teeming with creatures, most of which are special and can be interacted with in unique ways. Although the land is mostly deserted, you may occasionally come across beautiful large structures that are functional and animated through gears and levers from the Create mod. On the same token, vanilla-friendly small structures are also something you can find. The author has also took care of the visuals, enhancing the textures with a rustic and medieval resource pack, enforced with compatibility add-ons to serve you a cohesive experience. There are also a couple of extra packs. Some improve the animations, others make some maps entirely different. 450 mods is surely not something you can optimize very easily. However, the author managed to do a pretty good job at it. The average frame rates were smooth, though the loading times were a pain. So, I would advise the author to do some skimming. Ocean Depths is a mod pack about oceans, providing players with content below and above ocean levels. The world generation is the most notable and impressive part about the mod, with surface structures like ships carrying plenty of villagers along with sunken monuments. And to top it off, the whole world consists of islands, so oceans won't be hard to find. In fact, they will be hard to miss. In these aquatic habitats, you may come across goofy looking fish, fish that are very long, and even hungry fish, so be careful. In keeping with the world generation, a whole new dimension called Atlantis has been added, filled with ocean-related mobs and blocks. A lot of ocean-related mechanics have been altered too. For starters, the trident has several new ways of being crafted and obtained. New types of torches have been added, one that survives in the water, new fishing rods and new fish to catch too, a full scuba gear to dive deeper without worrying about oxygen, and plenty more features. I love this mod pack, but the performance was a bit unpredictable. I urge the author to do some resizing and remove content mods that don't serve the aquatic theme. We conclude the list with a tiny mod pack called Isle of Berk, came to represent the legendary How to Train Your Dragon series into Minecraft. The main purpose here is to obviously find and tame a dragon. The means of doing so will vary from dragon to dragon. Having tamed one, you will enjoy a spectacular show, with the flying mechanics being much more than just creative mode flying. They are exhilarating and dynamic. The modeling and textures are also beautiful. It seems that the designers did the best they can do with the Minecraft cubic style, and I'm super happy with the final outcome. The animations are equally gratifying, and adapt to any movement the dragon makes, but they may break time to time, so restart the game if it happens. In terms of the attacks, each dragon here has a charge-up attack, where they collect energy or heat before releasing it on the mobs and demolishing them in the process. This is a mod pack, so it would be a shame for me not to talk about all of the other features besides Isle of Berk mod. Viking armors have been added, in addition to some fantasy armors too. Mythical and realistic creatures can be found all over the world, and they fit the medieval fantasy style very well. The world generation is quite magical, with unpredictable landscapes and flora, the ability to carry baby dragons and put them on cages, and plenty more features. 80 mods is certainly light, so hats off for the author for not over-encumbering the pack with a lot of irrelevant mods. A prehistoric era, a post-apocalyptic world, a vicious RPG experience, and plenty more mod packs can be found in the first episode of this series, so be sure to check it out. Like and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with actual unique mod packs, as they are getting rarer these days. Now I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.